Hey, how we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're live on the test server. Who's around? Who is around? I tell you what, 480 people around, but only 59 likes. Shocking numbers. Shocking numbers. Welcome, everyone. How we doing? Righty's Raid's here. Cody's here. That dude is in the house. Dave Smith, up the Gunners. Get out of here. Get out of here. How are people getting on with this fusion? The nut fusion. Curious to see this guy's damage. So I did a video the other day, right, showing him in all sorts of weird and wonderful places. I actually put a short out. You guys seen my short? Because it's like a quick snapshot of what he can do. And he is pretty crazy. Like, this is him against Dragon 20. Let's see what we get here. With his A3. I knew it! The boss killing begins. We got to check out stage 20 of Spider here. Stage 20 Spider as well. I know it's stage 20, so obviously people want to farm higher than that, but drop defense and weaken going down. What do we get here? Against Spider. Blessed Bash. 1, 2, one shot! The one shot. Like, this dude is serious. He's a serious pickup for pretty much any account. That's for sure. How did you get on with meeting Jedi? Yeah, really good. He was actually around my house this morning. So, yeah, met with Deadwoods at the weekend. There was a load of us that met. YST, Scratch, myself, a few of the other guys from HH Gaming, Never, Fix, Saf. We also met his parents as well. Earbad was there. Yeah, it was really cool, actually. Really cool. So we met, we had some lunch, we had some drinks, had a laugh. I was chatting to his folks as well. His folks are super cool as well. Yeah, actually, really good day. And then basically he's going home in 2 days, I think. So he wanted someone to hang out this morning and was like, look, fancy it? And I was like, yeah, come round. So yeah, we had a bite to eat this, for lunch today as well. Say Scratch. Saw Scratch's photo, looked like fun. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, Scratch. Did I not say Scratch? Yeah, Scratch was there too. The one-shot god. Yeah, so today we want to try out some nuts. Some of the nuts on Clan Boss, I think. What do you think to that? Clan Boss or Hydra? Or maybe both if we get time. But I'm thinking this dude is going to help a lot of people out. Can't even find him. Where is he? There he is. Going to help. I could have searched for the filters, couldn't I? He's going to help a lot of people out when it comes to Clan Boss. You know, the people that are kind of building their way up through the game. And then also, when people are a bit more developed in the game, I think Hydra as well. Hey, Saf in the house. How you doing, Saf? You know what? It's funny. Like the wrath of people that desperately want this guy to be nerfed. So I see Kyle in the chat here like, yeah, he's definitely getting nerfed. I see a load of nerf conversations in my videos, right? And it's like people want him to be nerfed so they could say, told you he'd be nerfed. Like, that's what it feels like to me. This guy, I think it's a minimal chance that he would be nerfed. Like, that's what I think. He is extremely powerful. But then there's definitely other powerful legendaries which do what he does in different areas. He is up there as a top tier legendary. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think he'll be nerfed. I don't think so. Obviously, I don't make decisions on this stuff, but I don't think he will be. Hey, Jan, how you doing? HH, how many live streams is it you have until today? Well, how many have I done before? I don't know. I mean, on YouTube, probably like 15 or 20 or something. But I used to live stream on Twitch before that. And, you know, I mean, probably over 100. I don't know. Did you guys catch the video on Fateless today as well? I did a bit of a behind the scenes, you know, a view of me, I guess, why I kind of got into doing this type of work, how things have evolved through Hell Hades, and then what we're going to be doing on Fateless. So worth a look on that as well. So there has been nerfs. Don't get me wrong, there's been nerfs. Tormund's been nerfed. Rotus was nerfed. Tormund basically broke the game, like to the point where the game crashed. He was just freezing so often. We told the raid guys before he was released, you need to change it. It's a joke. And they didn't take that advice, and then they nerfed him like a week after the fusion. That was a poor scene, honestly. See if he had a minor nerf. Not really much of a nerf, I'd say. Rotus has had a nerf. There's been a few epics that were nerfed where they came out stronger than legendaries, which is, again, like the ones that stand out to me are Eurodrim and Ornn. But I don't think this guy is in the break the game type of nerf camp. I don't think that he is, honestly. Geo was not nerfed, Stephen. I hope that was a joke. Geo was, if anything, buffed. But anyway, don't get me started on that one. Can I show my Sand Devil team? Do I use Pinthro? I don't. I actually... Sand Devil, I use a 2-man squad. I just use this. Saf's got a video out on the HH Gaming channel around this comp. And then, so I either farm 24 or I farm stage 7 with this. Most people should only be farming 7 anyway, but basically it's... Some of these people might actually have no gear on, to be fair. I've moved stuff around on the free-to-play already. But sleep, drop defense and weaken, and little Miss Annie goes, kaboom! And everyone is dead. Oh, what am I doing? Wrong buttons. I'm trying to turn the green screen off of my camera. I'm flicking you all over the place. Hold it. Right, what are you saying there, Sam? What's this? NP, 2 questions. 1, will we see how your levels and gear is going for free to play? 2, does it still count as free to play if someone buys a skin? I mean, it's like, no, you choose to do whatever you want to do, NP. Like, if you want to call yourself free to play and you spent money, then you're not free to play. That's the fact. But it's obviously up to you what you want to do, buddy. No one's going to judge you around that. Will we see how your levels and gear is going for free to play? So I'm going to be doing a bit of a follow on through the free to play as part of this me gaining this fusion. So expect over the next 2 weeks some free to play vids. But yeah, I mean, it gets to the point of my free to play where my free to play is now strong. You know, I beat Ultra Nightmare up. I can get some stuff going on Hydra. I beat all of the normal Doom Tower rotations. I'm pushing on faction wars. Like, the free to play loses interest for a lot of people at this point, and I just get way less views. It always happens every year. The intro's really fun. It's all fresh. Everyone wants to see how you get on. You then start to progress. People are less interested. The more you progress, the less interest there is. That's pretty much the way it goes. So things like this, where there's a big fusion going on, I go back to it so you can see that it's doable, but there's just less point in me putting loads of videos out on it, honestly. Saf, what you're saying here, can you check the potions? People say test server has bigger values. What, for potion keeps? How would I don't know what you mean. Not 100% sure what you're saying, Saf. Oh, in the Sand Devil, is that what you mean? This is what... I don't know what that looks like compared to normal, honestly. Is Gnut going to replace Ninja in my Mifu team? We're going to check it out today. So what we're saying, there's more lesser ones here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, didn't know that. 10 to 12 for 25 for you guys, is it? So what, you're saying like nearly 4 times? That's good. That's actually really good, because I tend to find that I just farm stage 7 because of needing to gain a lot more lesser oils than the rest. That's a great change if they've done that. Really great change. That's big. That's big. Okay, cool. Yeah, it makes building a stage 24, 25 team way more valuable because you've got the same thing here. It's mirrored on the new dungeon as well. Okay, so let's get into some clan boss shenanigans then. I'm thinking I've actually got a team that is my main clan boss team, which I might just be able to kind of filter him into. So at the moment I do this, which is an unkillable team, yeah? It's on a 2-for-1 speed tune. I've got Weaken already here, but I could take out Longbeard. Gintoro at the moment is my damage, and he does decrease defense and weaken. But Gnut does weaken, and I could bring in a Fat Man that would replace Longbeard, which would give me drop defense. So I think I could just switch these two out and have basically without having to re-gear like every single champion, you know. This is my unkillable right now. It's not my best damage unkillable, any of that sort of stuff. It was actually, I wanted to come down a tier and have an unkillable which didn't use all of my best gear. That's why I switched to this team, and it's a really interesting team because it works on all affinities, works against all levels of clan boss, all that type of stuff. It's good for that. Can we check Iron Twins, see if they increase the rewards there too? Yeah, we'll do quickly actually. Good pull out. I think that's the same, isn't it? I think that's the same. So yeah, so let me see. Have I taken any gear off of this clan boss team? I hope I haven't. When I've been moving stuff around, I might well have. No, so we've still got Longbeard. Do I have it saved somewhere on a speed comp? No. So I'm just going to pump it back into a speed tune quickly. So Longbeard here is a, what's that, 207. Because I need to just make sure that when I switch in the Fat Man and stuff, that it's still going to work. So we've got 207 Longbeard. Hey, Mr. Alien, how you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. What am I after? No, I was just seeing if I still had my optimizer link open, Saf, so I could check the speeds and gear on my actual account, but I don't have it open. Where is my... Start using the filter, come on. The filter is actually going to be so useful when I get used to using it. Okay, so yeah, I dropped a piece of gear. This is annoying, so I don't know what my speeds are. I don't know what speeds are. It's annoying. I don't know what I've taken off of her. I might have to log into my main account to get my speeds back. I think I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to just flip accounts quickly. So I'm going to go off of the test server and then come back on it. Just makes it, it's much quicker for me to rebuild a team that I already know works rather than try and come up with something completely new. Why do the dwarves have all the best enemy max HP stuff? Yeah, true. Don't know. I mean, I guess they've only got two of the best ones, but still, it is pretty cool. So all of these updates, I think, are coming in game this week, as far as I'm aware. Oh, now that's baiting. Just think, we're moving in, we're closing in on Mobile Optimizer, guys. I'm so excited for that. So excited for that. Right, so now I've got my Optimizer open. That's good. Should be able to find my builds. Cool. Okay, switch back. How about the crystals in the summoning portal? We don't really know any firm detail on that yet. Or certainly, there's a little bit data mining being done, but we're not allowed to share that stuff. So, yeah. Would Nut be good for Dark Fae? I think Nut will be brilliant for Dark Fae. I think it's going to be top tier for Dark Fae. Yeah, I do. I think there's so many places that it's going to be awesome for, honestly. Right, okay. Where is she? So, Elva, let's see what she's missing. What I can do here, because I've taken an Optimizer screenshot or snapshot from my account, I can literally just be like, bam, what is she wearing here? Speed piece with triple roll speed. Must be on someone. I must have moved it onto someone for part of my kind of showcase stuff. Probably for the Fire Night stuff I was doing the other day. So we want triple speed. Who would it be on? Not him, is it? Triple speed. Resistance. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Elva's back to being good. So she's at 266 speed. Let's just pump her into the calc. She's also my lead. 266. With one speed set. With Laura Steel. 266, one speed set. I'm just making sure that all of the speeds make sense once I pump in the new numbers here. We then got my Dimitha. See if she's been changed about at all. Dimitha still good, so she's at 297. 2 speed sets. What's Elva's speed aura? Is she 20? Anyone know that off the top of their head? Who else have we got in here? We've got Seeker going on. Seeker still built cool. He's got 187 speed with one speed set. She's 19, is she? Okay, cool. Seeker. What was it again? 187. One speed set. You have Laura Steel. Yes. And then my last one on this one is Gintoro. And I don't think he's even got a blessing on. No, he's got one star. Gintoro, no Laura Steel, one speed set. He's at 154 speed. So low. Speed requirement's so low for this comp, which is one of the reasons why it's cool, because you get a ton of damage from your damage dealer in this speed comp. I think this might have been one based on one that you built, Saf, is it? So let's just see. Does that... oh, it's not kicking in. What's I done differently here? What am I doing differently? What am I doing differently? Your one's at 160. Yeah, I don't think that's the problem. Just check on my main account. Might be that I'll change some gear around on somebody. 187 Seeker. $187. That's... Oh, it's because I haven't done the delays, have I? That's why. Oh, I've got one delay on Elva. A3 into A2 for Dimitha. That's okay. It's already doing it, yeah. Seeker open with the A2, so he needs a delay. This will be it. Should still not sinking in. What am I doing differently? What am I doing? Doing wrong here. Oh, hold on. Is that not a delay on Elva? Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. F. Yeah. So you see here, once it sinks in, literally just one delay on Seeker, then everything else is working. So you can see from turn 3, or actually from turn 2, it just goes full 2 for 1 everywhere. But Seeker's doing 3 for 1. Dimitha's doing 3 for 1. Elva's on 3 for 1. Is everyone on 3 for 1? Not Gintoro and not Longbeard. But yeah. And you can see it just carries on as a full unkillable. So with this team, Gintoro's given me the drop defense and weaken. And Longbeard's given me an ally attack. What I'm planning to do here is to bring Gnut in instead of Gintoro. Gnut will give us a decrease. Gnut will give us a weaken. And then we bring in a Fat Man in the Longbeard spot to give us a decreased defense. Hey Liam, how you doing, man? How's things? Way better to run him at a 3-1. So what if I had him at 280 here? Do you mean 280 or do you mean 180, Saf? Means I don't want to have to... If I change everybody's build, then that's going to take a lot longer to get something going, you know? Hey, Righty's Raid, thank you for joining the members, by the way. I missed it earlier. And Ben, thanks for gifting a member as well. Oh, you need to change the delays, is it? Okay. 280. Wait till Saf throws me a link. Hold on. By the way, if you're interested, join the Fateless Discord where we're talking about all of the new game development stuff. It's literally kicking off. I'm not gonna lie, it is yeah, it's really fun. We've got loads of stuff going on around the new game development chat. So join the Discord. It's in the pinned message up here if you want to take a look. HH, how can I give someone directly a membership? I don't actually know the answer. I'll be honest with you, Ben. I wonder if Saf knows the answer. I don't know. I appreciate the gesture though, but I'm not sure. Kamjar, thank you for the 2-month membership, buddy. Thanks, mate. Send me that link you've got now. Okay. Eric, first time catching a live. Welcome, mate. Welcome. So far, you're fine with Clan Boss speed tuning, right? The main thing to do is to get the speed tune right before you start building out different champs. Because if you get this part wrong, then basically you're going to waste yourself the next 2 hours, yeah? Even if you get it right, you're probably still going to make the odd mistake and you need to tweak things slightly. But getting the base right is really important. Oh, welcome. Anyone who's first time catching a live, thanks for taking the time to check it out. And yeah, welcome. Yeah, speed tuning's quite tricky, but it's so worth it. Once you get it right, it's so worth it. It's probably something to do with, to get this to work, it'll be a change of some of the way I do delays on my normal team. It might be even that I need to prioritize this. But Saf is what you might class a speed tune genius. And definitely, like, I'm going to take credit. Saf helps me out a ton when it comes to speed tuning. This stream was a lot more professional than Friday's stream. Friday's stream was a lot of fun, though, wasn't it? It was a lot of fun. Delay Seeker. I had Seeker on a, what, 2-turn delay? Doing it. We just, yeah, everyone needs a spare Saf, yeah. But what I can do, so what I'm planning on doing here is bringing the Fat Man in and bringing Gnut in, yeah? So Gnut's going to be coming in, and I want to see what sort of level of damage he does, because this ability to decrease the enemy's defense is huge, yeah? And obviously this is going to hit hard. It's not going to hit like Dragon 20 hard, like you saw in my one-shot video, but it will still hit hard. And he gets it on a 4-turn, which is not bad. But we're also getting the counter-attack buff that he's putting on himself. So he's getting additional A1s away. He's got a lot going for him here, and he counter-attacks with 100% of his damage. I think my masteries are probably already good for Clan Boss. Yeah, maybe I could do with this, actually. Just change it a smidge. Methodical's a great Clan Boss mastery because you get a lot of A1s away in your time. And because we're going unkillable, we're going to go full HP, extra damage. Do I need anything over here? This is quite an interesting one. Cycle of Magic's not a bad one because I will get a chance to get skills back. But probably better off just going with more defense and a chance to counter maybe when someone's stunned. We're not going to use this. Maybe this is straight better actually. Maybe this 5% chance to get your skills back and potentially going with longer weekends is better with this team. Send me the link. Thanks, mate. Okay, so he's got it sinking in from 5. What are you doing differently to me? Oh, you've got 186 for Gnut. Okay, so you've lifted the speed of Dimitho, is that it? All of the setup is the same, but you've lifted Dimitho's speed, yeah? Okay. So the difference is what I had before to what Saf's done here. We've got still on a 3, still on a 3, still on a 3. So the person in Gintoro's slot is now on a 3 for 1 as well. Whereas was on a 2 for 1. Okay, so basically over the course of 50 turns, we're getting an extra 50 attacks pretty much. 49 to 50 attacks. Now what I might do, I wonder if it's worth having Gnut in this position so he gets extra attacks in. Because Gintoro we're going to take out anyway. Gintoro's not going to be our main damage dealer, is he? Or is he? Maybe we'll leave Gintoro in. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, guys? Just switch that over for a second. Why is that throwing it out then? Is there a reason why that's throwing it out? Oh, so to Gintoro's passive, right, okay. Because I was thinking about having the Fat Man in here. What is Gintoro's passive? What's throwing this out? I didn't realize he had something that was going on with his speed tuning, actually. All turn meter fill effects are increased by 50% when used on this champion. Okay. Okay, so we need Gintoro in for this team to work. Right, I didn't realize that. It's so long since I built it that I had no idea. Okay, we'll just leave it like this. Just leave it like this. We have Gnut slow. We'll have Gintoro faster. And we'll just go on a crazy little campaign of how much damage can we get done with this squad. Let's do this. So let me just check what I need to change here. Elva 266 I think is exactly the same to what we've got her in. Yeah, Elva's good. Dimitha needs to go to 299. I think this is an increase from what I've got. Not by a lot though. She's at 297. Does dropping her down to 297 actually change anything? No, that's still good. So that speed still works. That's not going to change anything up. So she can stay at 297. That's cool. Seeker 187. Saf, just out of interest, someone was asking me earlier, do you know if Gnut's ability to drop defense can stack with Harima's ability to drop defense? Or are they basically the same skill? 187. 187 is the right speed. Cool, that works. So it's just Gintoro and Gnut that I need to build out. Gintoro needs to go a lot faster. And then we build Gnut after that. They can stack. That's interesting. That's interesting. So you could actually get the equivalent of having decreased defense on the clan boss just by having Gnut and Harima in the same squad. That's pretty interesting. That is interesting. And stacks with cruelty, yeah. If you have 5 champs with cruelty, will it stack? No, that only works once. That's why I asked, really, because I knew cruelty doesn't stack. Let me just get the optimizer going for this build here. So my Gintoro, champion, zoom in a bit so you can see what's going on. Gintoro, if you guys are not optimizer users, get involved. Such a good tool. Let's go for a damage build. We need, what was that speed we wanted there? 264 speed. So damage build, 264 speed, and I want at least 235 accuracy. That's all I care about, really. Hit the optimize, see what we get. I guess, actually, we should also configure what the enemy's defense is going to look like. So we're fighting a boss, just a clan boss, fighting him against Ultra Nightmare. Already knows his stats. Yeah. We do have 5-star Blessing of Cruelty. We are going to have drop defense and weaken on him. That's all I care about. How was your head meeting Deadwood? I felt all right, actually, in the morning. Like, it took me a little while to get up and with it, but yes, it turned out Saturday I was in a good spot. Tell you what, we had a great dinner. We had this Asian meal. Oh, it was so good. Dinner was so good. YST hooked us up with a brilliant restaurant. Man, it was so nice. Is it known if Optimizer for mobiles will come out this summer or even this year? I can't say. Look, I can't say 100% NP, but we think we are really close to making it just happen. Yeah, so we think like before the end of the summer for sure, if the model we've got working right now continues to like works and it's good. So yeah, we are well on the way. And that will be a landmark for us because we never thought that was even going to be possible, honestly. Okay, let's do this build here. This looks good. All of his jewelry is the same, so let's just find his other pieces. Perception, 2 pieces here. The only difference is the test server doesn't know when I've moved stuff around, because obviously my live, it goes out of sync. The exact day that I go onto the test server, everything is out of sync. It's there. We've got regen piece, balance piece. All over the place with this gear, but that's just because the clan boss defense is so low because of all the stuff we're doing to him that we actually don't need stuff like savage gear against clan boss. That one, and then some savage boots. Those. 265 speed, yeah, okay. Okay, Gintoro looking suave. At the 265, make sure I don't break it. That's all good. So we just need to build Gnut out then at 186 speed. Okay. HH, Hades, are you hiring a company to create the game? What, for the new game? Yeah. So we're working with a company called Magic Media, where basically they're going to be doing the development based on our creative model, and we will have the creative input over the top of them. So it's going to be super cool because they've got literally like 1,000 or so employees, ramping up their art teams as we need them and then out again as we don't. It's going to be so perfect, man. I can't wait. I literally cannot wait to get started. We think we're going to have the investment secure by the end of this month, which is so good as well. A bit of a weight off the mind because that's always one of the harder things to do. But yeah, it's super cool. We're so excited for it. So what do you reckon here? Am I better off going for Cycle of Magic and Master Hexer? Or am I better off going for Deterrence and the extra little bit of defense I get here for Gnut? When do you reckon you can talk about the IP? It's completely unknown at the moment, Elzebub. Yeah, go for Cycle. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, we don't know about the IP yet because we're going through negotiations now. And the main thing we don't know is whether they're going to put like strict rules on us to be like, no, you cannot tell anybody. You can't tell anybody until, maybe 3 months before you launch the game. That's possible. So I don't want to give any like false hope around when the IP will be shared. Ah, crap, I wanted to go there. Yeah, but the hope is that we're able to talk about the IP. We get like some sort of ability to talk about the IP earlier than that. That's the hope. Could even lock his A2, go reflex and refresh. So we'd lose the counter attack though, Oxlane. Wouldn't we? We'd lose his counter attack, which I think is actually a lot of damage. Or is it? Does counter attack will proc, will it? When we take no damage? Actually, will it? I'm not sure if it will now. You got me thinking. Anyone know the answer to that for sure? Yeah, we could switch it round. Counter attack will proc, okay. Does this extend counter attack? This does extend counter attack as well, which could be damn useful. But that would mean I would lose methodical, which is 10% damage on the A1. But I think either way, going reflex might just be quite an interesting build. But HH, do you realise the IP is what we're most excited about? I know, Ben. Sorry. Yeah. We could show both ways actually. Let's do this. I guess we don't need this because we're always going to be recasting it, right? So we're better off taking this. Okay. So we need to get him to what's the speed we want? 186 speed. Who can I optimize on my account that's going to be similar? Maybe if I optimize Harima and then use that gear. So let's equip that, lock him. If I do Harima and I'm not sure what this song is, but it kind of sounds a bit like Britney Spears in that song that she does where she just starts chatting halfway through it. So we've got 15% cruelty, got drop defense and weaken. Optimize for damage. Honor A2, yeah. So we want to go 186 and we do want accuracy, right? I think what I can do, if I just throw this in as Harima quickly, see if it changes anything in speed tune. No, it's good. So should be fine to just use hers. Okay, let's throw this on him. Hopefully all goes well. So obviously I can't do the same in terms of items, but these are already good. I've already picked up some pretty big boy items for him from what I was testing before. Nice. Crit damage with loads of defense on it and some accuracy. Just enchant up the accuracy. I'm on the test server, so I get like nearly infinite resources here, you know? So I'm able to kind of show off some cool stuff. I want this to be defense. Speed and defense percent. Ideally something close to what I've got here. That is pretty damn close. Okay. Okay. 2 pieces of perception here again. Notice how perception just pops up for a lot of these strong builds. Okay, nice. Ethos gloves. What I equipped on? No. Maybe I'm already wearing Ethos's gloves, I think. I think they're already on, yeah. Frost boots. Look at these bad boys. 28% crit rate on those boots. Love to see it. Harima's chest. Which again might already be on someone else. On here. Edie's hat. And then just a weapon. Seer's weapon. So what's that get me to? 199. Why am I so much quicker? Because that's not the right gloves, that's why. Ethos was still wearing them. Okay. God, it makes a massive difference. So 197. Is that right? 197. It's still 10 over. Why is he 10 over? Did I miss something? Is it Laura Steele? I guess I don't even think I've got Laura Steele on. No, I don't have Laura Steele on. What have I done differently here? Must have put one of the pieces on wrong. Hey, Pio Pico, thank you for the super chat, buddy. HH, can I send you a team on Discord you could test out with Gnut? Feel free to send it. I don't know if we're going to get time to test today, but if we can, then great. I must have picked one of these pieces wrong. Hold on. That's right. That's right. Or I've glyphed one up. No speed on that anyway. That's right. That's right. That one is right. That one's right. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Oh, I guess Harim has just got a much higher base speed, right? Of course. I'm done. So let's just see what I can go up to without breaking the speed tune here. Oh, that actually, interestingly, pumping him up. Look, watch this. Pumping him up to that speed just means I get in speed tune quicker. Yeah, so I get in speed tune here at turn 5. If I go faster, anything above 190, I just get in speed tune quicker anyway. So that's all good. Actually works. It's fine. That's all good. Okay, so we've got 197 speed, 101 crit damage, nearly 7.5k defense, 258 crit damage. See if I can get any sort of glyphage going on anywhere that's worth it. Like the defense numbers here. Now as I make him smack, right? I guess the other thing that's worth thinking about, if you're doing like long clan boss runs, things like refresh accessories are worth considering if you've got any. So let's have a quick check on those. Do I have like any defense rings which are refresh? No. Do I have any crit damage amulets which are refresh? But I got this one. So I would lose 7% crit damage for a 5% chance of a cooldown. Like, is that worth? What do you guys think about that? Is that worth? Joe Clark, thanks for the membership, buddy. Happy to be able to spend the 4th with the HH fam. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy 4th of July. That's not really a thing over here, but damn. Happy 4th of July, all of the US folk. Okay, we're going to switch this one out. Let's just see if we've got a defense refresh piece here. Doesn't look like it. No, so I'm going to gain 5%. I could ascend. I don't know if I got any of this ascension juice. I only got some freebie stuff. Only attack. So what do you guys do? What's your 4th of July look like? Are you like, is it like drinks and, you know, meals with the family, all that type of stuff? Or, you know, what's it look like? Not surprised it's not a thing over there. Yeah, I suppose, well, we all got free of something, right? Okay, I think we're good to go. I think we are good to give this a test run. So let's set the team up. All it is switching out the Longbeard, putting in Nuts. And for this run, we're going to force Nuts A3 whenever we can. And then A2. Yeah, so we're just going to do it in that order. Everyone else should be as I would normally do it. I think that's it, right? What sort of damage do we think we're going to get here? Let's have a quick poll. How much damage? We're going to be on Void Affinity. I don't know, by the way. Yeah, throw your thoughts in there against the poll. Check Gintoro. Gintoro, what is it I'm checking for? $265. Opens A3. I think that's okay. Sounds like most people in the US are having a barbecue, games, drinks, fireworks. Yeah, it sounds fun. Should we open with Gnut's A2 for the counter? Or Gnut, sorry. I mean, you could do. I think either way, we're going to have it up for basically... We just check. Are we having it up for all the attacks? Actually, it's a good point. Maybe we don't. Because we do want it available for as many hits as possible. Funny enough, you only actually have it up for one set by the looks of this. If I change it up. Yeah, so if I delayed it, it moves around, doesn't it? That's the thing with him. It's because his A3's on a 4-turn cooldown, his A2's going to move around anyway. So the only way you fix where the A2 goes is if you make A2 the priority. But I feel like the A3's got to be the priority, right? Yeah, it's just going to move around. So if we open with the A2, we get it here. It's going to be available for all of these hits. We put it back on here, so you see it's always done a move. But then, yeah, no, you're right. Does it always stay on? It does. It always stays on. Cool. Okay. So I do want to delay its A3 by 1 turn. Which means that I want to open with the A2, yeah? Okay, yeah, good catch. Good catch. Well done, guys. Well done. Keeping me on the straight and narrow. I guess let's let this baby loose. Yeah, nearly 1,700 viewers. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. We're testing out Gnut in some clan boss action. Basically, I built him into my normal clan boss team. I mean, I'm excited for this. I feel like he might be worth, but certainly some people like building up through the game, he might just straight go into clan boss. That's 1 million damage right there. He's just done 1 million damage on the A3. Wow. That is early days to be hitting for a clean mill. He's got an inbuilt counter attack as well. I just feel like he's going to be so good for people's clan boss teams. Stun goes over here. Doesn't matter because Elva cleanses. So this team is like affinity friendly. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Flipping heck. He is doing silly damage already. Look at the damage per turn. This is going to be a big old hit. So I guess Saf, it must be... I need to call it out because people will ask, what if you don't own Gintoro here? Gintoro, by the way, also doing insane damage. He changes the speed tune, right? So we'd have to amend the speed tune if you don't have Gintoro. Oh man, this is going to be some crazy damage going on here. You just run a myth air if you don't have him. Okay. But yeah, I wasn't using my Gintoro, and I wanted to get my Turvold back for Arena. So I built him out for my normal clan boss team. And actually, he's great. He's a great champ. Specifically for this. Oh, I love the animations as well. So this team without Gnut is... Normally it's Longbeard in Gnut's position for my team. And it normally does somewhere close to 80 to 90 million, depending on affinity. Yeah. Everyone, I kind of like scaled back their gear because I put all of my best gear on my arena teams. So the idea of it was save my best gear for the arena whilst I still one key every affinity. Oh man, this is going to be massive. Look at the damage per turn. Smack, smack, smack. Wow. He is absolutely ripping it up. Gintoro's turn? Oh, not yet. And again, back to back. That's the power of that accessory to refresh. Back to back million smacks. I guess for those who already one key clan boss, yeah, you don't necessarily need to build him out for clan boss, right? You don't need to. But what I will say is, anyone who's not able to do it, I think he's going to be ripping up your clan boss damage positions. Like, this is some serious, serious damage coming out here. The fact that he's also dropping the clan boss's overall defense, which means that every one of these War Master procs, see it? 86k instead of like 74 or whatever. He had like an extra 10k per War Master proc. Over a course of a run, that is a lot of damage. Hey, Rebellion, how you doing, man? Are there any full auto Hydra setups yet? I mean, I run Hydra full auto anyway, but that's more, I guess that might be a bit more brute force in it than it's a particular speed tune for Hydra, because Hydra's got so much RNG, you can't really call it a full auto setup without, you know, sometimes things can just go wrong. I feel like I'm not seeing Gintoro doing his skill much though. Am I going crazy? I feel like I've only seen it once. Might be just I'm a bit buzzy. Oh, there it is. There it is, the 1 million turn. So let's see what the poll was saying. 50% of people believe the 110 million plus. Do I think Gnut will be nerfed? I don't think so. I don't think he will be, because like, he's not doing anything which is different to how they would have designed him. This is the point. Like, sometimes when people get nerfed, I think it's because they're doing stuff which is outside of the scope of how they really wanted that champion to play. If you build someone with a triple hit, enemy max HP, smack, that's going to do 1 million damage, well, you know that. You can't be so stupid to not already know that. So I don't think he's going to be nerfed on the basis of him hitting hard. They already know he was going to hit hard. Like, they knew it. They built, like, they're trying to get hype for Call of the Arbiter, for some of the champions coming from it. They're trying to make sure that there's a fusion which is super cool to get, which, you know, every now and again we get one of these. And I think he will stay as he is, but I don't know. I don't run the game, obviously. Hey, Pico, thank you for the super again, buddy. The only thing that seems... The only reason why he could be nerfed... Oh, Gintoro. Take a break, Gintoro. The only reason why he could be nerfed, right, it's because he's playing probably like a good Void Legendary. That's the only reason that he might be nerfed. And he's obviously not Void. Like, he's playing a Crizia style craziness. And yeah, they might look at that and just be like, he's not a Void Legendary. Have we slightly over tweaked him? But I don't think they will nerf him. Look at this damage per turn. Over 3 million damage per turn. Are you freaking serious? This is crazy numbers. Any blessing on any champion? Yeah, I've got Cruelty on Seeker. I've got, you can see here, I've got Brimstone on my Eva. I think that's it. Oh, it's definitely doing more than 110 mil. I should have gone higher with the numbers. I'm going to end up one keying in about 8.5 minutes here, which is super quick. Should have put the bandana on, yeah. I've been testing. We don't have quite the right color, but I do have a bit of a Fateless Games bandana. What are you saying? Is it right? Or do we need to work on the color? Make sure you check out the Fateless Games Discord. It's in the pinned comment, guys. Get involved. Help us build the community. Help us build the hype. Definitely helps us when we're talking to like IP owners and investors if the community is continuous to grow, you know? Helps us out a lot. Yeah, I need a darker purple, don't I? Yeah. In fairness, these are all my daughters. I stole them. I stole what... The red one's never been given back because, you know, this is now part of the furniture, but yeah. Coming up to the 1 key. Look, 8.5 minutes. 8.5 minutes. 1 key in the clan boss. Cool thing here as well is because he brings weaken, the Gintoro spot just needs to be someone who brings drop defense. Anyone who brings drop defense in his role. So good. Also, Seekers giving increased defense. This is a good point, actually. Pio Pico, good point. Sometimes the clan boss will crit us for 0. Because we're not taking any damage, right? He crits us for 0. When he does that, Seeker's passive kicks in and gives the team increased defense. Which, obviously, he scales from defense. So that's where his damage is coming from. See if we can spot it. But you look, when he does his AoE hits, and it's more likely to happen on a non-void than void because he hits more times on non-void. But any of the zeros that prop up in that yellow crit number, you'll see we gain increased defense. Man, this damage is off the charts, honestly. We got it. So someone must have been crit right there. See that? We've got increased defense up now. So we're just scaling more damage when this is up. He's already capped on the damage he can do from the A3. So increased defense will not affect that at all. It affects his other 2 skills. You see here, bam, 237k on the A2. And he's going to counter-attack with the A1. 100% of his damage. Each of them 75k hits. Hey, Ben. Dude, thank you so much. That is from my Fateless headband. Right, we'll get it done. HH, Seeker's damage doesn't come from defense. I know. Gnut's does. Gnut's damage comes from defense. Turn 27, guys. Saf's just sent me a link here. He said, if you really want to get creative, check this out. Ninja with Gnut as well. you reckon this out damages Jintoro? This is an ARS build. ARS Dimitha Seeker build. Saf working up his magic. I love it. Thing is, like, any sort of content where you put Ninja in a team now, people get extremely upset because he's just not available as a champion unless you were playing when he was released. Like, it's a massive flaw of the deal they did with Ninja, honestly. He would get pretty upset about it. This is affinity friendly for Spectrum, yeah. Yeah, because the thing is, if we take any of the debuffs, Elva cleanses them off. See the way she just cleansed there at the start of the turn? She cleanses any of the DP speeds and stuff. So it's perfectly affinity friendly. The damage on the A3, so damn good. Yeah, you can never pull a Ninja, that's it. I know you can't say much about the Fateless, but how well known is this IP? I think we've got 1,845 people in this stream right now. By the way, only 512 likes. Unbelievable. I'd say out of 1,854 people in this stream, if 1,800 didn't know the IP, I'd be shocked. But I can't tell you any more than that. And if you're not already a part of our Discord at Fateless, join the Discord. Help us out. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Do you think it'll reach 160 million? I think we will. It's going to be close, actually. What's the type of like max numbers we're seeing from unkillable teams? Bear in mind, I haven't pushed Seeker's damage here. I haven't pushed Elva's damage, but I don't know if you really do push Elva's damage. These two are both well built. Seeker's in Toxic, which is good. Mythbusters is over 200 nowadays. Wow. As an unkillable. Wow. That's mad. I bet it's killing you not being able to say more. Yeah. I had a meeting with our legal team yesterday. Had 2 meetings with potential investors today. I got a meeting with one of the people which is basically helping us run the IP acquisition tomorrow, plus other investors tomorrow. I got a meeting with investors on Friday. Like, outside of what you see me doing, I am literally back to back doing stuff with the Fateless guys right now. It's like bonkers. Like, the video I put out today, I recorded at about 1 a.m. this morning to make sure that I had a video ready for today, knowing that I had such a crazy day. Like, I am literally full on at the minute, but in a good way, you know? Super exciting stuff. Yeah, we've got loads going on. And this is the part, we've got to nail all of these parts down before we even get into game production. That's the thing. Before we get to that game production part. And that's the exciting part. That's where we start to really like work through the game model and all that stuff. Oh, you noticed how long until CVC opened? Yeah. I was literally like making that video this morning about Silver, and I was like, I would rather have made it while CVC was live, but I was just like, I haven't got time tomorrow to do it, you know? Reader, what I would say is like there's a lot of good games in this genre which we can try and pick the best parts of, and games outside this genre which we can pick the best parts of. So I'm not going to pretend that I'm this dude that knows all and can like, you know, come up with the best ever new game model. I think what I'm good at though is spotting what's really good and us kind of taking pieces from different areas and saying, right, mold that with a new IP, which is really fun. And that's the idea behind Fateless, not try and reinvent the wheel with, you know, a brand new genre. It's do what already works, but do it really bloody well. Do it better than anyone else has ever done it by some way. That's the vision. So we're kicking up to 140 odd mil here. This is a crazy number, honestly. For an unkillable, this is a crazy number. Yeah, I'm on the test server here. If anyone's wondering like why I'm using Gnut already, I mean, it is possible to pull Gnut from a shard already, by the way, but I'm on the test server just kind of like trying them out in a couple of different builds. Yeah, Jedi, we still need to hook up actually and have a chat, for sure. I know we was meant to, well, a couple of weeks ago, but I've just been so frantic, dude. I'll tell you what, David, you should check out my video on the Fateless YouTube channel. There's a YouTube channel, I'll link it here for you, Fateless Games. I did a video today where I talked about some of my, like, the games I've played throughout my life and, you know, some of my inspiration. It's worth a watch just to see if you played some of the same games, because, and even on that video, I was only kind of like, what am I doing? Even on that video, I was only listing off some of them, and there's tons in there which are an inspiration, honestly. You know, a lot of the early RPG games that I played, I still remember so fondly. You know, things like Bard's Tale, Eye of the Beholder, Legends of Valor, even games like Monkey Island, XCOM games. Like, there's a whole bunch of different games in slightly different genres, which I think have all type painted a kind of picture in my life in terms of things which I massively enjoyed at the time. Final Fantasy VII was a big one as well. Someone in the Discord for Fateless, in the kind of like suggestions area, was saying about how cool the like Chocobo racing was. And it was, and I just remember the Chocobo racing was almost like a separate game to the main game, which literally had me spending hours of my time on this little sideline game. Like, it's so good. It's so immersive that they managed to do that within this massive game. But yeah, if you want to check out my kind of thoughts on, or, you know, how I've got to where I am now and, you know, what I plan for Fateless, then this video here I'm linking is a link to, yeah, it's a link to that. So there we go, guys. Gnut's first test on Clan Boss out damages the Jintoro. And we've done 162 mil in an unkillable team. Wow. That is a ton of damage. 53 million from the Nuts. 53, yeah. Dimitha, what are you up to? That is actually kind of crazy stuff there. That is crazy stuff. He's well, like, he's in top gear, don't get me wrong. He's in top gear. But that is really, really strong damage. So this is what I think. Anyone who's kind of like building out their Clan Boss teams and, you know, working their way through the game, and this is your first fusion, he's probably going to be in almost any team that you run, except maybe arena stuff. But I think he's going to be in almost every team that you run because his kit is just so good. You know, you think about what his kit does, it's bringing you Fire Knight quality. It's bringing you Ice Golem quality. Dark Fade quality. Spider quality. Spider quality. Clan boss quality. Clan boss quality. Like, Hydra. There's so many areas of the game that this dude is so good. He's really... I think... In fact, let's do a quick poll on it. Let's do a poll before I do my view. Who is the best ever fusion? Who's the best ever? So we're going to throw Rotus in. Helicath. I'll show you the stats in a second, no worries. This dude, Gnut. Who else would be in that conversation? I think Brogny's probably the other one, right? Who you're voting? Let me know what you think. Honestly, let me know what you think. Mighty Uko definitely could have been in that shout as well, yeah. I can only do 4, so they're the 4 that I think are top 4. But Mighty Uko, maybe... Is Mighty Uko even better than some of those? Not sure. You think Pythian over Rotus, maybe? Saying that, I mean, Rotus... You're saying Rotus shouldn't even be in the conversation. So if we... I'm not sure what we're going to see here, but we've now added this section on the website where we talk about most used players in like live arena. He certainly has been an arena god over the years. 31% pick rate in live arena, silver 4. Win rate 51%. Yeah, it's a 32% pick rate in live arena in gold with a 43% win rate. Like, this dude is used in very high level gameplay. I guess you could ask, you could say the same about Mighty Uko though. I actually, in my head, I didn't even remember that Rotus was a fusion, honestly. Useless in a lot of content. That's an interesting one, because you know what? He's actually not. He's actually not. I could do the same thing that I've just done with Gnut there. Build him in a clan boss team. You will be shocked by how much damage this guy could kick out, honestly. Like, he is underrated outside of arena, but I get your point. He's not as versatile and stuff. So let's see this. So people are saying Helicath is the best ever fusion. With 37%. Then Gnut and Brogny almost like side by side. Interesting. Funny thing is, right, Helicath, I actually kind of agree, because he unlocked something in the game that means so much to people. He unlocked Clan Boss, yeah, and unlocked Clan Boss to Ultra Nightmare level very easily. So I do get it. Brogny was super good and is super good. And Gnut, I think, when I look at it from my main account's perspective, I don't really use Helicath. I use Brogny a small amount now. And I think I'm going to use Gnut in a lot of places. So I actually think that Gnut's the best ever fusion. Because I think every level of account is going to use him. Every single level. I don't know if I would use more Helicath if I did more live arena. I guess if I use that strat I could. But I've never built them out for that actually. But yeah, I think it's Gnut up there as the second best boss killer in the game behind Acrisia. Is Acrisia the best boss killer in the game? Gnut number 2 now? Out of every champion that exists? I think he's got a good shout at that. I think he's got a pretty good argument to say that he is. You don't think Gnut will have the same impact as Pythian? Really? Man, I guess it's a different form of impact. Like, Pythian's like I'm not going to let anyone in my team be dead. And that's the same as like a Duchess or something like that. It's like, I won't let anyone die. Whereas Gnut's like, I'm going to kill everything so damn quick. So they're two, I guess there's different sides to a coin, right? Why don't we just run this guy then? So I could keep him in the same build and run him in a Hydra team and see what sort of damage we're going to get away with here. So this is my like #1 Hydra team. Trouble with Hydra teams, it's quite hard to just throw someone else in. But I think I just take Artek out, right? Just take him out, throw Gnut in. Or I guess I could just take a Krizier out, but I kind of like the idea of these two in the same team. What do you reckon? Only thing with me is he's done a self buff, which might mean that he's going to end up becoming the head of mischief target. Most of my champions could deal with being that, I think. Maybe not, actually. Frisk only. Frisk might still be it. Let's just try it. Let's just try him. I'd rather not build out the whole extra team. I'd just like to see what sort of work he's doing compared to a Krizier here. I mean, he's basically in a team full of Void Legendaries. Yeah, he went straight after him. See that? Basically in a team full of Void Legendaries here, trying to hold his own. You can see, I mean, he's actually quite tanky as well, right? Because he's a defensive build. Oh, slaying the head of Torment, no worries. Oh, that's right, I've got increased resistance as well. Crap, though, he's just taken all of Tehanarak's buffs. I mean, this is it. I said, like, I'd normally just let my teams run full auto, which is what I'm doing here. But this is the trouble with that. You can kind of just throw over all your buffs if you don't control it well. Yeah, I guess I could bring Hex. I see what you're saying, yeah. Yeah, we're just dishing out all the buffs at the minute. The other thing is A3, which is dropping the enemy defense. It goes away once that head is killed. Who should I bring in then for a Hex? I could switch things up. I could bring in... I could just bring in my Missionarchy, I guess. I got block buffs, but it's on my Tehanarak. I'm just... Let's just go for a regroup. One sec. Who do I drop? Who do I drop? There's also a chance some of these are not built. You just check. Just because I'm on the test server, when I move stuff around, yeah. I thought I thought she was acting a bit weird. I was thinking, like, she does not seem to be moving at any sort of rate. Okay. Okay. So I could, in a hex set, I don't have any goods at all. I don't have any hex set gear at all. Don't think anyway. I think I sell all of it up until this point. So if I got any, it's going to be like one piece or something, just because it was a crazy piece. Yeah, I got none. So I could bring in Missionarchy. But who am I going to drop? This is the question. Like, who do I drop out of my team? I guess I could drop the big boy. Yeah, I could just bring Mifrala in, I suppose, yeah. It's built at least. But if I dropped him, I've got the same problem that this dude's just going to get buffs ripped off him the whole fight. Or I could drop Duchess, maybe. Then I've got no revive. I don't want to revive. I think it's him. Yeah, the thing is, if I don't use it, I lose the AoE weaken. Feels like a big loss, doesn't it? I guess I turn it off. Let's try it. So obviously, anytime we got the Hex up, we're doing 10% extra damage. I've lost my second provoke, I forgot about that. Okay. But yeah, we're doing 10% extra damage to everyone else. Yeah, the thing I've got here is the people that I was using to do my basically the guys that I've got the high resistance, they're based on me having the big boy that increased resistance in the team as well. So we're just getting absolutely buff stolen to craziness here, look. I'm trying to drop down a level on Hydra so we're not getting our buffs ripped off so easy. I don't actually have Marinex blazing. I didn't do that fusion in the end. I was nearly 10 million already. Yeah, I know, yeah. Just not really showing what I wanted to show. I wanted to see some of the Hex interaction, but with all the... Probably going to get cleansed again here. Look. If I drop down to this level, I could get rid of Duchess, I think. I am... Oh, yeah, we've got the provoke away. I am keen to see this kind of like Trizia versus Gnut here. When the team's actually up and running. Because all of this extra damage is huge. But then Acrisia's doing that as well. Acrisia's just nuts, actually. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get anywhere near her, but he is going to do some good work. Bring in Shrank! How was the CC collab in London with Deadwood and that? Yeah, Glenn. Really fun, man. Really fun. So Saf was there. Me, Saf, Scratch, Fix, Never from HH Gaming. Earbad went there. We got to see his face. Yeah, it was really cool. YST as well. Also, the owner of the pub that we went into for lunch was a Raid fan as well. So he knew a few of us. Very cool, actually. Very cool. Deadwood's mum and dad came for a little bit, and they're really interesting folks as well. We had some beers, we had some nice food. Yeah, it's really good. Really good. So we was in London. We're in central London, really near Buckingham Palace, actually. Yeah, it's fun. Earbad's got a face, yeah. Confirmed here now. The bag of nails, that's it. So it was actually the pub owner reached out to YST and said, I hear you're coming up to London. Would love to meet with you for a beer. And YST was like, I'll tell you what, why don't we come to you? So YST kind of hooked it all up. Pretty cool. What's funny, like I posted those videos obviously saying, yeah, this is what we were doing. And there's all these messages like, why isn't Ash there? It's almost like, why do people ask why Ash is not at everything that exists? Ash is in America. That's why he's not there. He's in America. Like, he's not going to fly over for a beer because some of us are getting together. It literally is just like, oh my God. This obsession with asking why Ash is not at everything. Like, because he doesn't, he's not here. He's not here. Man. Like, so crazy. Ash lives near you, does he? Where is Ash on this stream? Yeah. Honestly, I was just like, look, the dude doesn't live here. That's why he's not around. Single parent running 2 channels, a massive business. Yeah. He's not going to fly to England for a bite of lunch, you know, and a couple of beers. Oh, don't get me wrong, Ahok, if Ash came to England, I would 100% go and meet him for a beer. Like, I've got nothing but respect, and I love the guy. Like, he's a great guy. But it just winds me up when I see this message over and over. Where is Ash? What's Ash? Why is Ash never invited to stuff? And it's like, he is. Of course he is. We'd love him to join in with all the stuff we do. Of course we would. He's just busy. He's just a busy guy. Well, I got to say, we're not doing loads of work. I mean, we're doing good damage, but not like my normal teams would do. Mainly because Hydra teams are very hard to just say, I'll just drop one champion and I'll throw someone else in. They don't really work like that. You need a really good balance, and my balance is kind of off here. But that aside, I'm still going to be interested to see what his damage output is looking like compared to the Acrisias. Fateless is the name of the company, not the game, Mageman. And a lot depends on whether we get the contract done and dusted and signed with the IP that we're working with, right? So, yeah, obviously, we've got a couple of IPs in late stage conversations. One which is absolutely the one we want, and obviously the game's going to revolve around a little bit, the IP. So. Yeah, we don't know. We can't say anything more. We can't say any more. As soon as I can tell you stuff, I will do. Like, I'm desperate to, but, you know what it's like. Why wasn't Alien invited? Oh, man. Sorry, dude. I thought you were with Ash, Alien. Will Fateless have a WoW-like fishing thing? This is on brutal brutal settings here at the minute. So the idea with Fateless is not going to be us building one game. Yeah, the idea is we build a successful game, and then, probably 18 months after launch, we're already then working up plans for the next game, and then so on and so on. Yeah, we're building a gaming studio, which will, over time, kind of grow up and represent itself in this whole kind of like gaming world. So, yeah, we're basically at the infancy of something which we hope is going to be huge. Time to get some dead Hydra heads right now. Yeah, the thing is, Candarox, right? So the reason why IPs are protective over their brand. Let's say that an IP signs with 10 different companies over the course of a year, and one might be like, yeah, we're releasing some merch, one might be we're releasing a game, like all these different spin-offs. Yeah, let's say only 5 out of the 10 actually end up launching for whatever reason, the wheels fall off a project, whatever. If they released information every time someone was kind of like working with them, and they just constantly got egg on their face, and that would look shit for them, right? So they have to have guarantees around what's actually going on with their IP. They have to. So I do get it. Cool thing about what we're doing, and one of the reasons why it's kind of going through legal and stuff, is because we do have guarantees to the point where we have got a quote end-to-end to build this product, this game, and we've got the funds to do that. So it then comes down to us demonstrating to the IP that we can guarantee we're going to follow it through. That's basically what it is. Hades, is your game going to be a rip-off of Raid? Daniel, if I said Raid is a rip-off of 6 other games, am I ripping off Raid or am I ripping off the 6 other games? There's so many games in different genres which take good elements of other games, yeah, and they try and improve them, etc. We'll be doing no different to that. We're going to be looking at this genre. We're going to be looking outside of this genre. And we will be trying to find and create our own best angles on each of these different things. That's the view. So I'm not going to say everything's, you know, we're not coming up with a whole new genre and everything. Yeah, it's generally the best products you can find are basically people looking at best in class in different areas. Imagine making a good old soup. Yeah, you're getting all these different ingredients, you're throwing them in there. Make sure you put enough salt in there, mix it up, and hope you get a good taste. I've got to admit, I didn't think we were going to be lasting this long in terms of damage, but I think Gnut has actually been eaten up, right? Gnut's in one of these heads now. I was not paying attention. I was too busy chatting away. Gnut's been eaten. Should I just end the run here, do you think? So we can get a decent idea of the damage? So let's take a look here. Oh man, actually, like, I thought this was going to be higher. Not that it was anywhere near a perfect run, right? But Gnut with 7 mil. Let's say Acrizia gained an extra couple of mil from me not paying attention. Actually, much lower than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be at least half the Acrizia damage. But yeah, he kept getting targeted by Head of Mischief and all sorts. So it's not a fair reflection. Excuse me, not a fair reflection of it, but probably not as crazy as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, he was getting absolutely slayed by that Head of Mischief. So this isn't, I wouldn't say this is a fair reflection, but I also didn't think it was going to be his best spot. I didn't think it was going to be his best spot, but I thought, and maybe it is still a good spot for him. Like, Acrizia does things that other people can't do, right? She's just so nuts. I don't know if this is a fair representation. What do you think? Like, maybe if I just... let's go for a regroup. I might just try one more team. Let's try this with... I've got a Mischief tank here. But then again, like, he's only getting one extra buff, so Gnut is kind of going to be forced into a Mischief tank unless you turn off his A2, which I'll try this time. Are these all built? I think so. See if this runs. I think it should be okay. I wouldn't say it's the last place you'd use him, Jared, because he does bring big enemy max HP swings. He does bring, if you use his A2, he brings AoE weaken and decrease attack, which is pretty good in Hydra. So I don't think, and plus he's reducing the defense of the Hydra heads as well. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's a weak spot for him. Here we go now. Skull Lord's at least tanking it up good, so that's a bit better. But yeah, he's not doing AoE enemy max HP, so kind of do want Hex out there for him to be as effective as possible. Oh, the damage is still good though. Do the heads get sheep? No, they don't know. Hey, Doctor Who Games, how you doing, mate? Yeah, doing well, buddy. Doing well. Just trying a bit of Gnut. We tried him in Clan Boss earlier. He did work in Clan Boss, which is cool. We're just giving him a bit of a go in Hydra now. So yeah, with no Duchess, Shamal is one of the best angles of keeping the head of Torment under wraps. Obviously, the AI wants to just focus it down. It's a little bit annoying. But having a head of Mischief tank properly set up in your team makes such a difference to you not kind of having to worry about the buff spreading everywhere. Shatari, how you doing? Zelko, I don't know, man. Who did he steal buffs off? I didn't see. Too busy reading chat. Do I think Gnut is a must get? Yeah, 100%. Yeah. As I was saying a bit earlier, like I think he's at least a top 3 ever fusion. In my opinion, I think he might even be a top 1, but definitely a top 3. Oh, he outdamaged your husk by a ton, Jedi. Nice. So we've got Hex only in a couple of spots still. This is the thing. You kind of want Hex everywhere. For when his A3 pops. Because you're getting the extra 10% damage spread everywhere else. I love it when Skull goes like all crazy on him. Weren't you involved in the development of Incarnate? I wasn't actually. One of the guys on the team was a guy called Sham. One of the founders of Fateless was involved in Incarnate. Incarnate's launched as a free game right now. Like it's launched, it just didn't launch to the level that those guys wanted it to. I did support them from like a consultancy basis, just in terms of, you know, talking them through some of the game mechanics that I would have put in. But yeah, it wasn't like I was involved in terms of it being my game or anything. Yeah, Incarnate is hard, yeah. Yeah, they launched it fully, like, for people to play about 3 months ago, I think, 2 months ago. It's always a balance of these type of themes, isn't it? Yeah, I had Cantra in a couple of my squads, actually. I find that even Cantra, though, can be a little bit unreliable at times. And it only takes for you to get a bit wayward in Hydra, and then suddenly everything can start falling apart. But Morley, I kind of like flex between Morley and Skull Lord in a bunch of places. Morley putting it on for 2 turns is super cool. And obviously, she gives you the turn meter boost as well. So she is solid. Use Visix in Relentless. Okay, nice. The trouble is, like, you take someone out and then you lose something else. Like, you know, this Head of Wrath, if I don't keep the block buffs and decrease attack on him, then his damage is high. And again, because I tend to run auto teams, but I tend to just leave it running whilst I'm off doing something else on the sea with Hydra, then I either come back to a solid run or I come back to just an early wipe often. I can click edge, yeah. Use a War Chief. Yeah, War Chief is obviously super solid for it as well. I wish they would change up some of the rotations for Doom Tower in the bin, because I feel like this rotation particularly, there's not really any of the bosses that I particularly care about farming. So it sucks a bit, doesn't it? Like, none of the sets are particularly useful. Whereas on the last rotation, I would really love to farm. I wish Dark Fate was maybe in another rotation, you know? Evolved is very good, yeah. DK Snakes. Again, I've used him for the provoke role as well. I have still got to get my Dark Kale, but it'll be coming this month. Dino. Yeah, I don't know if the way the new dungeon's looking, I don't know if Affinity Breaker is going to be the answer. I think it might just be kill that boss really quick. From what I'm seeing, it depends if they're going to change it up. They might well change up the mechanics, because at the moment it looks too easy. We'll see, I guess. We'll see. For the extra damage, extra 27. What's the extra 3k as well? Was that his Giant Slayer procs on top? Must be. I think Morley's a good provoker for any affinity. If you're looking for a particular good one for Spirit, it's pretty much like any of the ones that don't need to physically hit to provoke. But yeah, Morley's very good. She's also giving your whole team turn meter boost, and she's a reviver. The only trouble with Morley is she doesn't really hit that hard. Look at that damage to release someone from being eaten there. Triple 400k hit. Any idea when Sylvan Watcher Faction Wars is coming open? I think the same time that they dropped this patch. So you've got Sylvan Watcher come in, you've got the Faction War come in. So you've got the Faction War coming, you've got the filters come in, you've got the new dungeon come in. I'm guessing it's this week. Like, they've not told us an actual date, but I would assume it's this week. Yeah, probably after Clan v Clan, yeah. Or maybe Thursday. You can see when you've got a more balanced team and you're kind of covering the key roles better, obviously makes it tons easier. So this one, I'm interested to see once we finish this run, the difference between Missionarchy damage and Gnut's damage here. They're my 2 damage dealers in this team. Missionarchy's getting HP burn damage and he's known for being a high damage dealer. He's also got a couple of AoEs. But, I mean, I guess irrelevant of what he does here, he is absolutely god tier for most PvE content. Like, most. Does the hex damage count from Gnut for Missionarchy? Is that the way it works? Slam, bam, see you later. Hey, Witcher, welcome, mate. Have I got him into hard dungeons yet? Only like playing around, Jared. I've not got any like fixed content. I'm gonna have a proper go at Fire Knight hard 10 using Croydon, I think it is. Yeah, so I think he can be in some Fire Knight 10 teams without, you know, the need of Cardiel and Valks and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to work on. Mal's dead again. Damage is just so nice to see. 1.2 million worth of damage there. So yeah, the Hex does go on to the Hex champion. Right, okay. So all of those extra 10% smashes there are going to count for Missionarchy's number. Just thinking about it here, I've got literally no. I've got the only healing I've got in this team is Udo. But yeah, he does heal on his A3, so he heals to full whenever he does an A3. But I really don't have a lot of healing in this team. I don't have anyone in Relentless, no. How many summon rush points to get the rare? I mean, you can only really go by the past, can't you? It's going to be something like somewhere between 2,750 and 3,500 to get the rare. Depends how harsh they're being. All of my damage is locked away right now. Is it 2,250 normally? I don't think it's ever as low as 2,250, is it? Is it or not? Maybe I'm over counting it actually. Hey, Alpha Bravo, how you doing, man? Oh, maybe it's a bit less than I said. Okay. How many for the epic? Well, the question really, Jared, is do you want the epic? Like, the fact that you still have to do the champion chase, I don't know if I really even care about getting that epic. Ditador, thank you, mate. Hey, Tom, thanks, man. Have a good one. You want the epic to not have to do some of the events. I mean, if you're sitting on loads of shards, I get it, but honestly, the fact that you've got to do both summon events means that the epic's got way less value this time around. Normally, the reason to get the epic is so that you don't have to do both summon events. You go hard on one of them, get the epic, and then, you know, you can move on. But the way they've done it this time is not really great for that. I'm up to speed though on my free-to-play so far. Not in a bad spot on the free-to-play. How many sacred shards for the summon rush? Well, that's what we're talking about. You probably would need at least 3. If you got 3, you can probably make up the rest of the points needed in other shards, or 4 would be a bit safer. If you just want to do it with sacred shards, you might need 5. Yeah, the epic's often at 3.5k. I was thinking of the champion chase numbers, actually. I think it's... The rare's normally somewhere between... Like, what, 1,900 and 2,500? I don't know. I get confused between the two, actually. But if you want to check it, like on the website, hellhades.com, we've got... You can just go and check out past fusions. Like you can go and check out the Razelvarg, Pythian. If you just Google it, you'll find it on hellhades.com. And we list all of the previous requirements on there, you know. Yeah, there you go, Alice. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Turbo, we were talking about this earlier. Like, I think this is definitely a top 3 fusion for me ever. I think other ones which were up there was like Brogni, Helicath, Pythion's in the conversation, Mighty Uko's in the conversation. But I think he's a top 3. First fusion was Nari, and Nari just lives in my vault. I mean, it is possible to pull any of the rares, the void rare or the normal rare, from shards, right? So doing the summon rush to get the points you need, you might actually just pull some extra resources to help you get it through it. Possible. I mean, it's random luck at that point. Also, the epics. You might pull one of the epics. In which case, you save yourself a ton of time. Yeah, mysteries. Obviously, you can't get the voids. It seems to me that the thing they've done differently here, which is quite clever, but also a bit annoying, because they've put 4 void rares in, they know that you can't pick those up through mystery shards, right? So a lot of the ways that you improve your lot in this comes from needing less of the rares towards the force epics, but you still got to do all the work for the voids. I'm surprised all my team is still alive, honestly. It didn't feel like this team was going to last that long, but we're kind of still going here. Hey, Jeeba, see you later, mate. Thanks for checking it out. Yeah, AdWard, like, honestly, it's one of the worst things about the fusion scheduling. Like, if you are on holiday, if you're working away, all that type of stuff, you can't really afford to miss many days. If you're missing full days, then you just get put, like, properly under the cosh to do these type of fusions. But you have to say, like, when a good fusion like this drops, I notice it in my content. You know, people get more engaged in the game. So Raid, whether you like the fusion model or not, it actually works pretty well for Raid. They do keep an active player base because of it. So I think I'm going to end it here. So I need to... What time is it? Yeah, I need to call it a night. Let's see how his damage looks compared to Missionaki's here. So Missionaki's known as a very high damage dealer. Okay, not bad. So this is better. This is more like what we want to see. Missionaki's done 20.5. And he's also gaining the extra damage from all of the... all of the hex damage, right? So Gnut coming in with 15.6. That's solid damage. I think Nut and Artak for most players who are like on earlier game Hydra will still be absolutely nutty for your Hydra damage. So definitely good in Hydra. Not obscene, I would say. Not obscene. Yeah, he's got Brimstone as well, and he's got no Blessing right now. So yeah, it's definitely like Missionarchi's favourable right here. Animated history. Sorry, I just don't have time to be doing it, buddy. Gotta think Hydra Clash. Yeah, true, yeah. Accessible champ that can do it well. Cool. Right, look. I'll show you his build quickly before we go here. This is what we've used for both the Clan Boss and the Hydra run. Not any sort of fancy sets. We're basically just trying to push 100% crit rate, high defense, good speed, enough accuracy to land stuff, and then survivability and crit damage. Masteries, we've been running the same as well. This was just from the Clan Boss build we did earlier. So don't forget, if you haven't done so already, come and drop us a welcome in the Fateless Discord and on the YouTube channel. Really appreciate all the support we're getting there. And yeah, I will be back. I'm not going to be streaming Friday because I've got a bunch of meetings, but I will be streaming again on Sunday. Have yourself a good week. I'll see you soon.